5 itchy spots on the body that signal hidden health problems in seniors and what you must do. You're lying in bed at 2 a.m., unable to sleep because your palms won't stop itching. You've tried creams, changed soaps, even wondered if it's the detergent, but nothing works. Here's what most seniors don't realize: that relentless itch isn't always about dry skin. In early 2025, new research from the National Institute on Aging revealed that persistent itching in specific body areas can be your liver, kidneys, or even your blood sugar screaming for attention. While you're reaching for lotion, your body might be sending an urgent distress signal about something happening beneath the surface. The scary part: by the time other symptoms appear, it could already be advancing. So here's the question: could that itch you've been ignoring actually be a hidden health crisis waiting to unfold? In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through something that could genuinely change how you understand your body's warning system. First, I'll reveal the 5 specific itchy spots on your body that medical experts now link to serious underlying conditions. Places like your palms, the soles of your feet, and 3 other areas you'd never suspect could hold such critical information about your health. Second, for each of those spots, I'll explain exactly what hidden problem it might be signaling. Whether it's your liver struggling to filter toxins, your kidneys failing to remove waste properly, blood sugar levels spiraling out of control, circulation issues starving your nerves of oxygen, or thyroid imbalances throwing your entire system off track. You'll understand why your body chose that exact location to send you a message. And third, this is the most important part: I'll give you 3 immediate actions you can take starting today. You'll learn how to track patterns that doctors actually need to know, which simple at-home checks can help you rule out minor causes versus serious ones, and exactly when and how to seek medical help before a manageable condition becomes a life-altering diagnosis. This isn't about scaring you. It's about empowering you with knowledge that too many seniors discover too late. By the end of this video, you'll know how to decode what your body is trying to tell you, and you'll have a clear plan to protect your health. So stay with me, because what you're about to learn could be the difference between catching something early and wishing you had paid attention sooner. Here's the truth most seniors face. You mention itching to your doctor, and they hand you a moisturizer. You bring it up to family, and they suggest drinking more water. Everyone treats it like it's nothing, just another inconvenience of getting older. But here's what frustrates so many people over 60. They know their own bodies, and deep down, they sense this feels different. It's not the occasional dry patch in winter. It's persistent, maddening, and it shows up in places that don't make sense. What most people don't realize is that itching is actually one of the body's most sophisticated alarm systems. When something goes wrong internally, when your organs are under stress or your blood chemistry shifts, your body can't always produce pain right away. So instead, it creates itching. It's a signal, a plea for attention that's easy to brush off but dangerous to ignore. A 2024 study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that chronic unexplained itching in adults over 65 was significantly associated with undiagnosed liver dysfunction, early-stage kidney disease, and poorly controlled diabetes. In some cases, patients had been experiencing symptoms for over a year before the real cause was discovered. By then, treatment became more complicated and outcomes less certain. The emotional toll is real too. Seniors describe feeling dismissed, like their concerns don't matter anymore. They lose sleep, feel anxious, and start to wonder if they're overreacting. But here's the reality. Your body doesn't waste energy sending false alarms. When it itches without an obvious cause, it's trying to protect you. Ignoring that voice could mean missing the narrow window when intervention is simplest and most effective. Let me tell you about Sylvia, a 68-year-old retired schoolteacher from Tennessee. For nearly 8 months, she dealt with an intense burning itch on the soles of her feet. It started mild, just a tingle here and there. But within weeks, it became so severe that she couldn't wear closed shoes. At night, she'd wake up scratching until her skin was raw. Sylvia did what most of us would do. She bought every foot cream at the pharmacy. She soaked her feet in oatmeal baths. She even switched to cotton socks and threw out her old shoes, thinking maybe it was an allergy. Her daughter suggested it might be a fungal infection, so she tried antifungal treatments for a month. Nothing worked. When she finally mentioned it to her primary care doctor during a routine checkup, he glanced at her feet, saw no visible rash, and told her it was probably just age-related dryness. He recommended a stronger moisturizer and sent her on her way. Sylvia left feeling embarrassed, like she'd wasted his time. But the itching didn't stop. In fact, it got worse. She started feeling unusually tired, noticed she was urinating more frequently, and her vision seemed a little blurry. Still, she connected none of it to her feet. It wasn't until her daughter insisted she see a specialist that Sylvia finally scheduled an appointment with a dermatologist who took one look at her symptoms and immediately ordered blood work. What the doctor found changed everything. Sylvia's blood sugar levels were dangerously high. She had undiagnosed type 2 diabetes, and the itching in her feet was caused by nerve damage and poor circulation, early signs of diabetic neuropathy. If she had waited even a few more months, the damage could have become irreversible. That simple itch she'd been dismissing for nearly a year was her body's desperate attempt to warn her that something critical was going wrong inside. Itchy spot number 1. The palms of your hands. Let's start with one of the most overlooked warning signs: persistent itching in the palms of your hands. If you've been experiencing an intense, almost maddening itch deep within your palms that doesn't respond to creams or lotions, your liver may be struggling to do its job. Here's what's happening inside your body. When your liver can't properly process and eliminate bile acids, these compounds accumulate in your bloodstream. Eventually, they get deposited into your skin tissue, particularly in areas with thicker skin like your palms, and sometimes the soles of your feet. This creates a very specific type of itch. It feels like it's coming from beneath the surface, and no amount of scratching brings lasting relief. Why are seniors especially vulnerable to this? Your liver has been working non-stop for 6, 7, 8 decades or more. Natural aging reduces its efficiency. But there's more to it. Many older adults take multiple medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, or pain management, and these can place additional stress on the liver. Conditions like fatty liver disease, hepatitis, or bile duct issues also become more common with age and often develop silently. Here's what this looks like in everyday life. You're at the grocery store, reaching for items on the shelf, and suddenly your palm starts itching so intensely you have to stop what you're doing and scratch. But the relief lasts only a few seconds before the itch returns. You might notice this happens more at night or when you're trying to relax. Some people also report a slight yellowish tint in the whites of their eyes, darker urine, or feeling more exhausted than usual. These aren't random symptoms. They're all connected to your liver sending out distress signals. Itchy spot number 2. The soles of your feet. Now, the second spot might surprise you, though it shouldn't after hearing Sylvia's story, the soles of your feet. This is one of the most common yet dangerously misunderstood warning signs in people over 60. When you experience relentless itching on the bottom of your feet, especially if it's accompanied by burning sensations, tingling or occasional numbness, you're likely dealing with nerve damage or poor circulation. This is frequently the first sign of diabetes, peripheral artery disease, or diabetic neuropathy. High blood sugar levels damage the tiny blood vessels and nerves throughout your body, and your feet, being the farthest from your heart, are usually affected first. Seniors face heightened risk because type 2 diabetes often develops gradually and quietly in older adults. You might not experience the dramatic symptoms like extreme thirst or rapid weight loss that younger people notice. Instead, your body whispers its warnings through symptoms like foot itching, slight vision changes, or increased fatigue that you might attribute to simply getting older. Here's the reality many seniors face. You're sitting on your couch in the evening and your feet start itching so badly you can't concentrate on the television. You pull off your socks expecting to see a rash or dry skin, but there's nothing visible. No redness, no flaking, nothing that explains the intensity of what you're feeling. Your feet might also feel unusually cold to the touch, or you notice they sometimes tingle as if they've fallen asleep, even when they haven't. That sensation isn't random. It's your nerves crying out because they're not getting enough oxygen and nutrients due to damaged blood vessels. If you ignore this, the nerve damage can become permanent, leading to loss of sensation, balance problems, and even foot ulcers that won't heal. Itchy spot number 3. Your scalp. The third critical area is your scalp. Now, I know what you're thinking. Scalp itching is just dandruff, right? Not necessarily. When scalp itching persists despite switching shampoos, using medicated treatments, or improving your hygiene routine, it can point to a thyroid disorder or autoimmune condition. Your thyroid gland controls far more than most people realize. It regulates your metabolism, energy production, body temperature, and yes, even your skin health. When your thyroid becomes underactive, a condition called hypothyroidism that's extremely common in people over 60, your entire body slows down. Your skin becomes excessively dry, flaky, and maddeningly itchy. The scalp is particularly affected because the skin there is thinner and more reactive to hormonal imbalances. Why does this disproportionately affect older adults? Thyroid function naturally declines as we age, and women over 60 are at especially high risk. Some studies suggest up to 1 in 5 older women have some degree of thyroid dysfunction. The challenge is that hypothyroidism symptoms often masquerade as normal aging. Fatigue, weight gain, feeling cold all the time, thinning hair. So when your scalp starts itching, it gets blamed on everything except the actual cause. Here's how this shows up in daily life. You're getting ready in the morning, brushing your hair, and your scalp itches so intensely you scratch until it's tender and sore. You've tried dandruff shampoos, coal tar treatments, even expensive salon products, but nothing provides lasting relief. You might also notice your hair seems thinner than before. You're constantly reaching for sweaters even when others are comfortable, or you feel exhausted no matter how much you sleep. You probably think these are separate issues, but they're not. They're all pieces of the same puzzle, all stemming from your thyroid, struggling to produce the hormones your body desperately needs. Itchy spot before your lower back and sides. Here's one that catches many people completely off guard. Intense, persistent itching along your lower back and sides, especially around the area where your kidneys are located. This type of itching feels different from surface dryness. It's deep, relentless, and nearly impossible to satisfy with scratching. What's happening is this. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering waste products and toxins from your blood. When they're not functioning efficiently, these toxins build up in your bloodstream and trigger a condition doctors call uremic pruritus, essentially kidney-related itching. This typically manifests along the back, sides, and sometimes across the chest. Unlike regular dry skin that responds to moisturizer, this itch originates from within your body's chemistry being out of balance. Seniors are at significantly higher risk because kidney function naturally declines with age. By some estimates, you lose about 1% of kidney function each year after age 40. Add to that decades of high blood pressure, diabetes, or regular use of over-the-counter pain medications like ibuprofen, and the risk multiplies. The frightening part is that kidney disease often progresses silently. You can lose up to 90% of kidney function before experiencing obvious symptoms, which is why that persistent itch in your lower back deserves serious attention. Imagine this scenario. You're trying to fall asleep, lying on your back, and suddenly the area around your lower back and sides starts itching intensely. You twist and reach back to scratch, but it doesn't help. The itch feels buried beneath your skin, unreachable. Over time, you might notice you're getting up more frequently at night to urinate. Your ankles swell by the end of the day, or you feel unusually tired and foggy-headed. These aren't isolated complaints. They're all warning signs that your kidneys are under significant stress and struggling to keep your blood clean. Catching this early can mean the difference between managing the condition with medication and lifestyle changes versus eventually needing dialysis. Itchy spot. Number 5. Your arms and legs. Widespread itching. Finally, let's talk about the 5th warning sign. Generalized widespread itching across your arms and legs without any visible rash, bumps, or irritation. This is perhaps the most unsettling type of itching because there's nothing to see, yet the sensation can be absolutely overwhelming. When itching appears across large areas of your body, especially if it intensifies at night and doesn't respond to antihistamines or moisturizers, it suggests something systemic is wrong. This could indicate advanced kidney disease, liver dysfunction, blood disorders like polycythemia vera, or even certain cancers such as lymphoma. The itching isn't coming from your skin. It's a symptom of your internal chemistry being severely disrupted. Why are older adults more vulnerable to this? Aging affects multiple organ systems simultaneously. Your liver processes toxins more slowly, your kidneys filter waste less efficiently. Your bone marrow doesn't produce blood cells as effectively, and your immune system becomes less precise in distinguishing between threats and normal tissues. When itching spreads across extensive areas of your body, it often means several systems are involved, and the problem has been building for some time. Here's what this experience feels like. You're sitting down to dinner with family, and suddenly both your arms start itching. Then your legs join in. There's no visible rash, no obvious trigger, but the itching is so consuming you can't focus on the conversation. It might wake you multiple times during the night, leaving you exhausted and frustrated. Regular lotions, oatmeal baths, even prescription antihistamines provide minimal or temporary relief at best. You might also feel generally unwell. more fatigued than usual, perhaps some unexplained weight loss, night sweats, or just an underlying sense that something in your body isn't right. Trust that instinct. This kind of persistent, widespread itching without visible cause demands thorough medical investigation because it's frequently the earliest detectable sign of serious conditions that are still highly treatable when caught early. Let's turn everything you've learned into a clear action plan. Here are 3 powerful steps you can start today to take control of your health and get real answers. Step 1. Document your symptoms. Like a detective. You're about to become the expert on your own body, and this is where it starts. Grab a notebook or open a notes app on your phone and begin tracking your itching episodes in detail. Each time it happens, record the exact location on your body, the time of day, and how long it lasts. Rate the intensity on a scale of 1 to 10. Write down what you were doing right before it started. Were you eating, sleeping, exercising, or just sitting? Now, here's the crucial part. Track everything else happening in your body too. Are you feeling more tired than usual? Do you wake up to use the bathroom more at night? Have you noticed increased thirst, blurry vision, swelling in your ankles, or feeling colder than normal? Do you see any yellowing in your eyes or changes in your urine colour? These details might seem unrelated, but they're pieces of a diagnostic puzzle. After just 1 week of tracking, you'll have powerful evidence that transforms your doctor's visit from "I've been itchy" into "Here's a documented pattern showing exactly when, where, and what else is happening." That's the difference between being dismissed and being taken seriously. Step 2. Rule out the simple causes through smart self-care. Before assuming the worst, let's systematically eliminate basic explanations while giving your body what it needs to heal. Start with hydration. Drink a minimum of 8 glasses of water spread throughout the day. Set reminders if you need to. Dehydration makes every form of itching worse, and most seniors don't drink nearly enough. Next, eliminate potential irritants. Switch to fragrance-free laundry detergent and soap. Choose gentle, unscented cleansers for bathing. Here's a pro tip. Apply a high-quality, fragrance-free moisturizer like Cetaphil or Vanicream within 3 minutes of getting out of the shower while your skin is still slightly damp. This locks in moisture far more effectively. Now look at your nutrition. Cut back significantly on processed foods, sugary snacks, and excessive salt, all of which promote inflammation. Instead, add foods that fight inflammation. Salmon or sardines twice a week for omega-3s, a handful of walnuts or almonds daily, dark leafy greens, berries, and turmeric. Also, consider taking a vitamin D supplement if you don't get much sun exposure. Deficiency is common in seniors and can worsen skin issues. Give these changes a solid 2-week trial. If your itching improves or disappears, you've found your answer. If it persists or gets worse, despite doing everything right, you've just confirmed this is an internal medical issue that requires professional investigation. Step 3. Get the medical care you deserve. If itching continues past 2 weeks or comes with any additional symptoms, it's time to see your doctor, and here's exactly how to make that visit count. Bring your symptom diary and be direct from the start. I've been experiencing persistent itching in specific location for duration, and I've documented patterns. I need comprehensive testing to find the cause. Request these specific tests: a complete metabolic panel to evaluate liver and kidney function, fasting blood glucose and hemoglobin A1C to screen for diabetes, and a complete thyroid panel, including TSH, free T4, and thyroid antibodies. If your primary care doctor hesitates or suggests just using lotion, stand firm. I've already tried that for 2 weeks with no improvement. I need these tests to rule out serious conditions. If you're not getting the attention you deserve, ask for a referral to a specialist, a dermatologist for unexplained skin symptoms, an endocrinologist for potential thyroid or diabetes issues, or a nephrologist if you have any kidney-related concerns. Remember, you're not being demanding, you're being responsible. Your decades of life experience have taught you when something feels wrong, and that intuition deserves respect and thorough investigation. Remember Sylvia? Once her diabetes was diagnosed, everything changed. Her doctor immediately started her on medication to regulate her blood sugar and referred her to a diabetes educator who helped her understand what her body had been trying to tell her all along. Within 3 weeks of treatment, the unbearable itching in her feet began to fade. Within 2 months, it was completely gone. But the real transformation wasn't just physical. Sylvia told her daughter that for the first time in years, she felt like she had her power back. She wasn't at the mercy of some mysterious problem anymore. She understood what was happening and knew exactly how to manage it. She started walking again, something she'd stopped doing because her feet hurt so much. She slept through the night. She felt like herself again. Here's what Sylvia's story teaches us. Your body has been with you for decades. It's carried you through every challenge, every joy, every hardship. And now, in these later years, it's still trying to protect you. But it speaks in whispers, not shouts. That itch isn't your body failing you. It's your body fighting for you, sending up flares, begging you to listen before something small becomes something serious. There's profound wisdom in aging, and part of that wisdom is knowing when to pause and pay attention. You've earned the right to advocate for yourself, to trust your instincts, and to demand answers when something doesn't feel right. Getting older doesn't mean accepting discomfort as inevitable. It means honoring the incredible vessel that's brought you this far and giving it the care it deserves. When you listen to your body and act on what it's telling you, you're not just treating symptoms. You're reclaiming your health, your peace of mind, and your future. That's the kind of strength that only comes with age. So here's what I want you to remember. Every signal in your body sends matters. That itch you've been ignoring, that strange sensation you've brushed off, these aren't just annoyances. They're your body's language, and you've earned the wisdom to understand it. Aging with strength means paying attention, asking questions, and never letting anyone make you feel like your concerns don't matter. You deserve to feel comfortable, healthy, and in control. If this video helped you see your symptoms in a new light, hit that like button right now. Share it with a friend or family member who might be ignoring their own warning signs. You could literally change their life. And subscribe to this channel because we're here to give you the truth about aging that actually empowers you.